Welcome back to episode 2 of my Burning Baltics campaign in Stir Division 2, playing on the Axis side. Today we're going to be hopefully attacking the 63rd Rifle Corps, which comes with the KV-85s, the SU-85s and the SU-76s. We're going to be attacking them with the Panther A's that we have, as well as a bunch of Panzer IVs. We've also got some Panzer II looks here that we'll be bringing into the battle. So let's select the 63rd Rifle Corps. We will select the 31st Panzer Regiment. We'll bring in the 4th Armoured Recon Battalion. I'll also bring in like Group Friedrich, I think it'd be fine. And we'll also bring in the artillery. I think this one's mostly infantry. Yeah, okay, good. And then there's Group Herzog here, but I don't think we're going to bring in those. That's a bit overkill. But here we are in the battle, and we can see the deployment phase. So only 2 units available to them in phase A and a bunch coming in phase C. So we're going to want to finish this early on. We will have a big advantage. We'll have 80 points for phase A. They'll have like less than. I'm not quite sure. I still haven't worked out quite how many points like the AI has on hard difficulty. I think it might be like 50% more, so they get like 60 because they currently have 40. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, we'll manual deploy, of course. And what we're going to do, we're going to get some troops down and then we'll start the battle. So what we're going to do is basically send up groups of Panthers with Panzergrens, followed up by Aufklärer as well, so that we get some recon. And that's pretty much it across every front. So let's just go ahead and launch the battle. I have saved myself some points just in case there's anything in particular that I need, or any area on the map that needs like a big response, because they could concentrate all of their points in the same place and then we end up in a really bad spot against their like KVs, for example. We finally bumped into something on the left hand side. Just gonna have to make sure that my troops are unloading in time. Looks like a bunch of M3A1 Razvedkas so far. Which means that we're probably not going to have much resistance otherwise. Although they can definitely deal a lot of damage to Panzergrens. On the left hand side here, we're absolutely demolishing these M3A1 Razvedkas. I'm going to want to take advantage of the AI starting like this. We're going to want to push quite aggressively. They have actually brought up an IS-1, so we're going to want to kill that. It does have a decent chunk of armor, so at range my Panthers will struggle to penetrate it. Let's continue the push though. Get into a good position on the edge of this ridge, for example. On the right hand side, we've also got another IS-1 here. I think it does have the penetration chance to get through one of my Panthers. I'm gonna have to back off. Look at that. Classic transmission damage. We do outrange the KV-85 and the IS-1s, so we can continue to use that up to our advantage. Over here though, I'm going to want to back off, maintain that advantage. Oh, I already had a couple of Panthers on the way. One step ahead of myself. We've taken care of all of the tanks on the left. Just a bunch of Razvedka that we're up against. Razvedka will lose pretty hard to Panzergrens at range. I've also got all of these MGs, so that's certainly not helping them out. We probably want to go total victory if we can. If I could completely destroy their units, that'd be great. Nice. Okay, we need to be careful not letting those penetrations get the better of us. Once my Panzergrens get up here, we can start spotting things before they come around the corner. There is something on my left that needs to go. Let's start moving up with my Panthers on the right. We got a couple extra Panthers as well. Then I can start moving forwards with my Panzergrens, and I'm going to bring in more Panzergrens so that we can continue that push. I'm also going to want to bring in some extra recon in the centre. So we'll bring in the Aufklärer with the 222s, since the 222s are actually quite expendable. Awesome. Got him. Alright, let's carry on. Probably not the best bet, but I am going to bring in some Panzer IIs just because they are pretty cool little tanks. We'll bring in the leader with them as well. Have a look at these. I do like the looks. It's actually a really good tank as well, because it's fantastic at destroying infantry. Also got the Panzer III following them up. So we've ended up bumping into Avtos at close range here. That's not good at all. There's also an SU-85 on that left-hand side there. I'm going to start moving up my Panthers onto the ridge here with my 222s. and we'll go for that flag so that we can secure the 23-3, because currently we're pushing for a total victory. It's only going to take like 1 minute. We did manage to surrender the Avtos there, which is great. On the right hand side we are making quite a lot of ground with these Panzergrounds, so I might even be able to pick up this flag as well, which would be pretty nice. I did end up losing a Panzerground here, that's not good. 22 seconds left on the clock. AB-85 up on this ridge might get the better of my Panthers. If I let a Panther die, it's not great, but it doesn't really matter that much because we have so many of them. But let's just speed up the game and we'll finish off the battle. That's job done. 8 minutes, 8 seconds, total victory. 67 kills, 2 losses, an SPW and a Panzerground. So even though I brought in all of the 222s being expendable and all that, I didn't even barely lose them. So the outcome of that battle, pretty good. We managed to kill 8 KV-85s, the 2 IS-1 leaders, which is very good. A bunch of those M3A1 Razvedkas that came in with the Razvedka squads. And we disorganized both of those. It's a shame that we didn't actually destroy them, but we can, of course, move up into their face. But I'm thinking maybe I want to attack the 324th Rifle Regiment as well with Group Herzog. This will be a bit more of a difficult battle because it's going to be equal early on. We'll bring in Group Friedrich again. I'll bring in my artillery in Phase B. We'll leave the rest because I'm probably going to move them towards these units. Okay. Let's do that. Actually on a different map this time around, then they are getting reinforced in Phase C with the 276th Rifle Regiment. Not too much to worry about, it's just more infantry at the end of the day. Let's manual deploy, and we'll see how we get on. I have put down sort of some Grille, like these armoured vehicles with the big old 150mm guns. I've also got some of the Panzer IVs, well I've only got one at the moment, we're probably going to bring in some more. I didn't realise that we actually get a little bit of an attachment of some Panzer IVs, so that's going to be really, really helpful throughout this, especially if they don't have any armor of their own. But yeah, pretty good start with all of these MGs, and that's pretty much all I'm going with at the start, because just got to kind of work out where they are, and then we go from there. We have bumped into contact. Going to be a couple of like two-man squads here. Looks like leaders. We have Tokomrotti, also a sniper as well. Get my MG into position. We should be able to take out the OB quite quickly, unless we come under pretty heavy fire from all of the Strelki, which we might. I'm going to get another Grille, and we'll bring up some Panzergrounds with our first tech. I'm going to have to fall back with this MG, because there's no way it can withstand all of that. Got some Sapelli in the distance. Let's get my Grille into line of sight. We can demolish them. Here goes. Boom. Nice. Always good fun using the Grille. MG from the church, gonna decimate the Strelki Komrotti there. Any other infantry that pops up should also get absolutely melted. Do have my Grille on the way. I am gonna need some more infantry, so we're gonna bring in the 3 Panzergrounds to help control that town. This 50mm just absolutely did a number on my Panzergrounds. Grille though, oh goodbye. On the left we have lost the MG42, so I am going to bring up some recon. If I'm going to use a tank like a Panzer IV, I'm going to need recon if I don't have infantry nearby. So that is the first port of call. Got to be careful of the OB. Oh god, the OB, no. It's like pretty much 100% penetration chance against Panzer IV. If it hits, it's going to hit, isn't it? No! It's like slow-mo. Slow-mo loss of my tank. So sad. So I've already lost a couple of MGs. I lost one over here. I assume to the sniper here. And probably the Strelki DP. I tried to attack me with my MGs forwards. Honestly, probably shouldn't use MGs as like attacking units because they take a while to set up and they come under fire. But we've got a bunch of Panzergrounds here. I'll bring in some more Panzergrounds with my next tick and that should get us going. So we'll bring up Couple there. I'll need one on the left side as well. And the force should be able to deal with the Sharky okay. Not much of a chance of them penetrating us in the front armor. But they are going to shoot a knock us, so I guess I'm going to have to back up. Some crazy stuff happening as always. Oh, almost lost those Panzergrunts. That wouldn't have been good. Try and get them into cover. Let's fall them back. There we go, we're in heavy cover now, so we'll just stop. We'll let the Panzer IV do the job, pinning them down. And then they can recover and fire back. I always want the MG to focus the Sperry, the sniper, sorry. But the MG here seems to default onto the infantry, which I guess makes sense because it's an MG. But yeah, taking out the sniper first would be ideal, and it never ever does. Bunch of infantry there though, and the Gila gonna have a field day. I'm actually gonna bring in my Spätrupp on the right hand side. It's like the only one I have, I think. But they're pretty useful for like spotting the infantry on the edge of cover. Particularly in this sort of situation where they were constantly attacking my guys. Nice, Gila's got line of sight onto one of the stroke squads there, I think. Could help blow them to pieces. And we got this Gila on the way as well that's going to be able to get line of sight onto the hill. That's going to be good. And that salient's going to give us a flag. And yeah, probably going to get these two flags soon. We want at least a major victory. Currently we're on minor victory. Yeah, major victory is what we want because it disorganizes the enemy unit and makes them easy to destroy on the campaign map. If we get a total victory, there's a chance you can destroy them, but I've never really been entirely sure how that works. We've just moved into phase B, and we're going to keep the push we're going on the left. Because we're now in phase B, I think if we capture more flags, the ticker will go down faster. We have a lot of points now, I just realised. We've got 52 points. Could bring in a load of artillery, but it's kind of unnecessary. We can bring in a bunch of tanks, but also kind of unnecessary. Probably just bring in loads of infantry and just finish the job. Got a bunch of Panzer IVs coming up on this hill. That should help us with like Overwatch on the town as we engage. Vila actually almost have ammunition on this right hand side. It's gone absolutely ham. Oh, and there's also a Striker DP behind us, but fortunately we got two Panzergrunts just mowing them down with MG42s, so that's all good. Yeah, we're 20-4. I'm not sure if 21 will push total victory, but we'll find out soon, especially if we push up in the middle here. I should be able to get one of these Panzergrunts just move towards that. These MGs have actually done pretty well for us, like other than the ones that got killed early on, the ones that managed to stay alive and pin down multiple squads have been really, really helpful. I'm gonna get a supply truck over towards Magila. I can use that for multiple of my different units, although it's not really going to be time to, but in theory that's what I would do. Oh, we have found ourselves an AT gun, but it is fortunately firing at my infantry with HE, so okay. My MG42 will get the better of it before it gets the better of my Panzer IV, and my Panzer IV also outranges it, so that's good as well. We're very close to capturing these two flags. There is actually a lot of infantry on there. With my Panzer IVs, I would be able to break that, but I don't know if they're going to be here in time. The other thing I could do, potentially, is grab some artillery and start smashing that point, but I don't know if that'll work either. Actually starting to lose quite a few Panzergrunts. Why did that one die? Everyone left. Bumped into some Avtos by the looks of things. Alright, it is going to be a total victory. 20 seconds until that is the case. Panzer IV will be able to help with the Maxims here. But I don't think there's going to be enough time to kill another one. Oh, maybe. 3 seconds, are we going to get another one? Oh, it's close. No, we didn't. Sad times. Alright, well, 15 minutes, 21 seconds. Job well done. Managed to kill 71, we lost 8, which included 3 MG42s. Ooh, good. Like, the MG42s really, really just valuable units, so not having them for future battles kind of sucks. We got a lot of kills there. That's really nice. and it completely destroyed them. So yeah, this time we got a total victory and it blew them up. So yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Like when we got a total victory against these guys, it didn't destroy them. It might be because these didn't have any reinforcements. Maybe that's why. It's like maybe that reason. Who knows? Anyway, we're going to continue to push forwards here with these units, and that will do. Lovely. I do, of course, have the reinforcements coming up behind, but what I'm going to do now is we're going to move around any more of my forces that I want to move, and I'll let you know what happens. What I've done is I've managed to move up all of my troops here to give me more reinforcements into this push. Next turn, we're going to absolutely smash through there. I retreated a little bit with Battle Group Mida against these two rifle regiments that are coming towards it. And I pushed up aggressively with the 101st Panzer Brigade towards the 8th Guards Mechanized Brigade. That's going to be a really interesting battle because it's going to be quite even. And they will have tanks, we will have tanks, we'll of course have better tanks. We've got Panther Gs and they've got M4s, but even so. So now I think the next thing we want to do is probably attack down here. But my 3rd battalion of the Panzer Regiment Großdeutschland did get bombarded, so they're not going to be able to join, which is unfortunate, because it's going to make things certainly a lot more difficult. I think we're probably going to do this one, like an attack onto the AA Regiment, bring in the 1st Battalion of the Panzergrenadier Regiment Großdeutschland, and also the SS Armoured Recon Battalion, which are going to be really, really good against these divisions. So let's grab these two. I'll also bring in this one and this one in phase C, just in case we need to do anything. I could also bring in some aircraft, actually, so I'm probably going to do that. Let's see. What do we have to bring? I could go for the Focke-Wulf bombers. I think that's actually going to be the best shout. Yeah, let's just do it. Alright, so here we are. We're up against the AA, the 80th Guards, and the 133rd Fighter Regiment. Bringing in the close support wing might be useful. The main reason for bringing in aircraft, though, isn't necessarily to use them in this case, because of course we're attacking an AA regiment. You're probably thinking, what the hell are you doing? The main reason is for points. So we get 60 points in phase A instead of just 40. That means that, you know, if they bring in Fighter Regiment, we kind of match them more in points. And that's going to make things a little bit more easier for us to deal with. But it is going to be a tough battle. So let's just manual deploy. We'll get some troops down and I'll get this underway. So what I've done is basically placed down a mix of the Großdeutschland Sturmgruppe and the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadiers in these half tracks in order to push forwards, and we're going to be backing them up with like armor across the board. So in this case, on the right hand side, I'm actually going to try out some of these SDKFZ 251-21s, which do have the Drillinger triple MG thing going on. I'm not sure how effective they are against infantry. I think they got buffed at some point, but I haven't really had a chance to try them much. I have also brought in these Aufklärer Panzer 38s. I think they're going to be really useful. They have recon and a 20mm, so they're really, really good at ripping through infantry. And that's pretty much the same across the front. So just little groups of Großdeutschland Panzergrenadiers, Sturmgruppe, and so on. Let's go ahead and launch the battle. I'm going to have to be careful because they technically get to the front line before we do, which means that they could unload 45mm AT guns and kill a lot of stuff. But the half tracks are expendable. Like, as long as the infantry is unloaded, we don't have to worry about losing the half tracks. So I can use them quite aggressively to find out where things are. So we've already bumped into a unit coming at us here. We're going to unload early. Attack move towards the center there. Like, they are going to try and strafe us with the Yak 9. I'm going to bring in my Focke-Wulf. We're going to have to respond to that. Looks like I'm going to have to air micro quite a lot throughout this game. Well, that's OB. Okay, well, we killed that. I'm going to move my Aufklärer Panzer 38C here over to the left. We'll get these unloaded and push through here. My Focke-Wulf got shot down. Oops. That's not good. I've only got 2 of those. I think since they aren't really bringing in many AT guns by those things, I'm going to just bring in way more of these Aufklärer Panzer 38Ts. Already lost a Panzergren there to the OB. Isn't good. At close range, I wonder how good the half track is at engaging this. And technically, with heat, they should be able to destroy it, but we'll see. Okay, nice. We managed to kill it. Pretty big, although I have lost a couple of these Panzergrens already. Like, the Panzergrens are super valuable in this division because you really don't get many of them. But we did just bump into an AT gun there, which is really not good. Gonna get some MGs for the open here. Losing all of these half-tracks looks bad. It doesn't matter that much. The ones that have like already died I might as well lose anyway. I'm going to spread out and push over to the left. I need to bring in my Afghaner and 38Ts over there. Spread out my Sturmgruppe. Could have brought up a leader really for them, but oh well. Bring up a couple of these SDKFZ 251-9Ds as well. They basically act like IGs in the open. Panzer 38 getting hit. Get out of range. No! I lost one. That's sad. This is definitely going to be a tough battle though. No doubt about that. So I think these 251-21s, they pin down pretty well by the looks of things. But they don't seem to have much damage. A lot of suppression, not much damage. It's kind of what we're working with there. The 251-21s we don't want to lose. That ZIS-3 is an issue. We'll bring in some mortars to deal with that. Left side's completely under our control though, which is great. It's going to take a little bit more than 18 flags, I think, to get major victory in this case. So I'm going to have to work on that. There's a sniper there as well, pinning down my units. How rude. This Panzer 38 is actually completely out of 20mm ammunition. We're going to start pushing up on the right hand side. Honestly, I might be able to get away with a couple of bombing strikes. It should be really useful against something like this OB. Because the Focke-Wulfs are fast, so I think they're going to be able to. In this case, really useful. Very nice. Good hit there. Really good hit. I'm going to bring up a half cutter there. I'm actually going to bring up some like MGs on the edge that can spray down infantry in the open. Definitely need some more Panzergrens. Let's push into the town with all of those. Some more Panzergrens there. Push the Sturmgruppe across. I'm also going to move across the Afghaner. Panzer 38T. Move up here and capture this. So we have just moved into phase B, but I don't think either side has any more reinforcements in phase B. Should probably bomb the ZIS-3 here. They've actually got AA at the back, so I need to be careful there. But it looks like we've killed that at least. That's good. Good strafing run. Nice. So we're currently 18-8. We are going to want some more flags. We're going to want to go technically 20, I think, flags. What we're searching for here. We're now at 21-5. My MGs are actually coming in with these SDKFZ 17Ds, which are like 20 mils on the back of these half tracks, so that's what's helping us shoot down these aircraft. That's actually really good. We want to take out those 3, we want to take out the OB. On the right hand side, we're actually losing quite a lot of stuff, unfortunately. But we do have the major victory sooner than later, so that's something. What a battle this has been. Probably lost more than I would have liked, but overall, been pretty good. 10 seconds left. And that's it. Major victory. 14 minutes, 19 seconds. Actually didn't take that long, considering 160 kills, 54 losses. It was just a lot more hectic than the other battle that we had. So overall, we lost 4 Aufklärer Panzer 38Ts, we lost An SDK Z251, 21, we lost 5 of those. We lost one of our fighters, which does suck. Then we lost 4 Panzergrens, 4 Sturmgruppe, and 3 Sturmgruppe MG. I mean, it's not too bad. It's really not that bad. Like, that was actually really good, considering how much we killed, including a bunch of these aircraft. So, yeah, I'll take it. Let's disorganize the load of them, and it's going to make the 85th Guards Rifle Regiment really easy to attack. So we'll do that next time, because unfortunately it's been my time. That's where I'm going to leave it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.